Good morning, everyone. And it's wonderful to be back here in Georgia. And President Fenves, Dr. Santangelo, make sure I get it all right. Anyway, thank you for the warm welcome to Emory. And I also want to thank all the state legislators and county leaders for joining us today and supporting the powerful work being done here. And we just came from touring the lab, and it's incredible to see how pieces of this project come together, testing thousands of possibilities to find the one that could change our world. In some ways, the events that made this possible began 65 years ago with a different mission but the same goal. After the launch of the Sputnik satellite in 1957, and God, I'm amazed that I can remember that, President Eisenhower recognized that defense technology would be the defining fight of his presidency. So he created cutting-edge research and development agency to launch bold ideas with lightning speed, to give scientists and engineers the freedom to reach beyond the possible, to unravel the unknown. From that investment, which became known as ARPA, the Advanced Research Project Agency, emerged technology that has transformed our society. Now, more than a half-century later, my husband, President Biden, is using that same bold approach to face one of the most defining challenges of our time, finding a cure for cancer. So when he was running for president, he called on the Congress to establish ARPA-H, the Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health, hence the H, to create the kinds of health breakthroughs that will change the world. And when he got to the White House, he worked with Republicans and Democrats in Congress to make it happen. Just 2 weeks ago, ARPA-H made its first award to a research team right here at Emory. And as we just saw, they're finding ways to train our immune systems to fight cancer and other diseases. And that's the heart of the Biden Cancer Moonshot, our White House initiative to build a world where cancer is not a death sentence, where we invest in innovative research and help patients and their families navigate this journey, where we stop cancer before it starts and make treatments more affordable if it does, where we catch it early and help people live longer, healthier, happier lives. Earlier this week, I joined the president for a meeting of his cancer cabinet, and we talked about the exciting work being done here and around the country and about the work ahead. And part of that work is finding and funding more projects like this one. And that's why the president announced ARPA-H will soon award $250 million more for cancer-related research. As I've traveled the country and the world, I've seen innovative programs that are making progress. I've seen what's possible when we invest in cutting-edge research. And I've seen that there's so much hope to be found. And I see that hope here today. As a mom who watched my son die of cancer, the one thing I never gave up on was hope. As a mother, you can't. This work gives families the power to hold on to that hope just a little bit longer, because this work could change lives. Your work, it's your work, can change lives here in Georgia and around the world. Through the Cancer Moonshot, we're putting American innovation to work for patients. And together, we will make it so the word cancer loses its power. So fewer families know the pain of losing a loved one to this disease. It's ambitious, yes, but it's within our reach. And we are doing it with the urgency of now. For Joe and for me, this is the mission of our lives. And we are ready and we are proud to work beside you. Thank you. Yeah. Now, it is my great pleasure to introduce the founding director of ARPA-H, Dr. Renee Wegerson. Renee.
Well, it's so great to be back in Atlanta. Thank you, First Lady. I've never followed a First Lady speaking before, so this is some pressure. But President Greg Fenves, Dr. Santangelo, distinguished guests, and members of the Emory University community, it's such an honor to be here to recognize, it's really a moment in history here, the visit of the First Lady, Dr. Biden, and also Emory University as a place where we are launching the first efforts from ARPA-H. ARPA-H is incredibly grateful to this administration for taking a chance on us, making a big bet on a new agency to have unique authorities that allow us to tackle some of the biggest problems in health. It's about taking those big bets that's going to change health for all Americans. We gather and celebrate this remarkable partnership between Emory and ARPA-H, which marks the beginning of a transformative journey towards advancing healthcare for really all Americans. Our mission is really as profound as it is inspiring to accelerate better health outcomes for everyone. It's a mission that recognizes the complexities of our healthcare landscape and acknowledges that addressing these challenges requires a collaborative effort. We saw that today in the lab. This place is built for collaboration, for diverse stakeholders, and a slew of federal agencies and industry leaders and caregivers, and most importantly, as we just heard, the patients. ARPA-H aspires to be a catalyst for health breakthroughs, just impacting the entire health ecosystem and contributing significantly to the Cancer Moonshot objectives, as well as fostering the next moonshots for diseases that we haven't yet started to tackle. Our very first funded project, Cure It, right here at Emory, is a testament to the agency's commitment to innovation. Cure It aims to harness the power of the immune system to fight diseases like cancer and autoimmune disorders. It recognizes that dysregulation of the immune system underlies some of the most challenging diseases that we face today. The Emory team is bringing to life an ambitious vision to use mRNA to activate and directly tune the beneficial immune system to levels that are most effective in a way that today's vaccines and current approaches simply cannot. The RNA technology employed by Cure It is a versatile platform that can revolutionize treatments for various conditions, from lupus to transplant rejection and even infectious diseases like long COVID. This project, led by Dr. Santangelo from the Wallace Couture Department of Biomedical Engineering at Georgia Tech and Emory, along with other researchers at the University of Georgia and Yale, represents a promising leap forward in healthcare and underscores the agency's commitment to the Biden-Harris administration's Cancer Moonshot Initiative and really offers hope for families everywhere. The Cure It project also represents a bold step forward using mRNA technology to fight our immune system dysregulation. Looking beyond Cure It, we're starting here, but we're really just getting started. Dr. Biden announced $250 million more that ARPA-H is going to be committing to cancer-related research before the end of this year. It's substantial funding that's really going to propel us into the new realms of possibility in the fight against cancer. First, funding will cover a wide spectrum of initiatives aimed at preventing, detecting, treating, and ultimately surviving cancer. From groundbreaking tools for early cancer detection to cutting-edge visualization technologies during surgery through the already announced Precision Surgical Interventions, or PSI program, we're steadfast in our mission to improve patient outcomes. We're venturing quickly into uncharted territories, exploring novel treatment approaches, such as directing bacteria to target and eliminate cancer cells in the human body. We're also designing advanced devices capable of delivering treatments directly to cancer cells, offering a more effective way of eradicating tumors. These endeavors, we are poised to revolutionize the way that we combat cancer. In addition to these investments, we're introducing a transformative initiative, the Biomedical Data Fabric Toolkit for Cancer. Partnering with the National Institutes of Health and the National Cancer Institute, we're embarking on a journey to streamline and democratize access to cancer research data. Currently scattered across countless research labs, clinical care facilities, and various research facilities, the data is siloed and underutilized. This initiative will pioneer technologies to seamlessly connect this wealth of information, empowering researchers to make those groundbreaking discoveries in disease detection, prevention, and treatment. Through automation of data collection and curation of that data, we aim to reduce data integration times from today, where it might be months, to mere days, fostering a more collaborative and efficient research community. Our vision to transform healthcare for cancer into a dynamic learning system, ensuring that the wisdom gained benefits as many experts and patients as possible. And with a historical nod to DARPA's history and the ambition of the original ARPA-Net that became today's internet, we're excited to announce the birth of ARPA-Net-H. This network, spanning all 50 states and the District of Columbia, will usher in a new era of clinical trials accessibility. By connecting patients, providers, researchers, and others, ARPA-Net-H will create an environment that fosters collaboration, data sharing, and equitable access to innovative cancer therapies. It's critically important to get these innovations into the real world, and that's very often the hardest part. And so we know that, and so even before Phil has reached the end of his project, we're thinking about how are we going to get there and how are we going to get this to patients and make it an experience that's really useful for all. Our commitment today is a testament to this dedication in our fight against cancer, and through these investments into cutting-edge technology, we're going to forge a better future together. And with partners like the First Lady and the President and researchers throughout this great nation, we'll be able to accelerate progress and drive that innovation where cancer is a word of the past. That's the vision. So thank you. And before I hand it over, President Fenvids, I understand you're going to make a few remarks now, but really thank you for the warm welcome today, for really accelerating the careers of a lot of the smiling folks I saw in the lab. And thank you so much for having us.
Well, thank you, Director Wiggerson. We are grateful for all you're doing as the very first director of ARPA-H and starting the new agency. Let's give the director a round of applause. This is a very special day for Emory. We are in the presence of a leader, the First Lady of the United States, Dr. Jill Biden, who shows up time and time again for the people of our nation. She leads by doing, by taking action. No problem is too big to fix. No joy is too small to celebrate. And I know you have traveled across the country with your message of hope while listening closely to the needs of every person she meets. Dr. Biden, on behalf of everyone at Emory University, welcome and thank you for your tremendous support and what you do for our nation. Give our First Lady a round of applause. Now, having the very first ARPA-H project is a huge honor for Emory, and it's a reflection of how we do things here. At Emory, it's not enough to simply accomplish something great, to reach a goal, earn a recognition. We measure our success through the lives changed and the lives saved. When it comes to cancer, it is all hands on deck here at Emory. Faculty across our departments, our research centers, our hospitals, and our clinics are applying their unique expertise from the fundamentals of biology and biomedical engineering to team-based care for patients and everything in between to invent life-saving treatments. And as we've seen today, this morning, Dr. Philip Sanangelo and his extraordinary research team, thank you all, are developing new biomedical technologies that have the potential to transform the way the human body fights cancer and other diseases by strengthening the patient's very own immune system to attack their specific disease. This is nothing short of revolutionary, and with the funding from ARPA-H and its mission to not only develop cutting-edge cures and treatments, but to speed up the process of making these breakthroughs available to patients, literally from the lab downstairs we just toured to the bedside of this amazing new technology. Now, earlier we did tour the San Angelo lab. It was an honor to have Dr. Biden meet the researchers and see science in action and try some of the amazing technology and maybe a new future drug that you helped formulate. It's clear that Dr. Biden is committed to this work. She shares the same drive that we do at Emory, and when it comes to research, the same measure of success: lives saved and lives changed. And when we work together, the university and the federal government, nothing is impossible. Research universities like Emory are engines of innovation, spurring technological progress, economic growth, improving the health of all Americans, and protecting national security. With the federal investment, we are able to think bigger and do bigger, to reach higher, attracting top faculty to our campuses here in Georgia, and that creates a domino effect. World-class faculty make game-changing discoveries, bring incredible students who want to earn their degrees here, and at the same time, we create opportunities for Georgians, more than 100,000 jobs across this great state. And the research conducted by Emory and our partners over the decades has benefited families and communities around our nation and across the world. This includes pharmaceutical breakthroughs in the treatment of HIV/AIDS, and our landmark cancer center, the Winship Cancer Institute, and Emory Healthcare, that treats nearly 900,000 patients every year. And when we supercharge our efforts with this project from ARPA-H, there is no limit to what we can accomplish. A few minutes ago, Dr. Biden talked about the cancer moonshot. And of course, its name, as she described, reaches back to the 1960s, the 50s and 60s, and especially when the United States sent the first astronauts to the moon. The notion of reaching a really ambitious goal, something that seems unattainable, and then somehow we make it a reality. It reveals the potential that has always lived within this nation. There is no stopping us, and that's the spirit and that's the commitment we need now to power the next moonshot, the one that the First Lady and President Biden have poured so much into: end cancer as we know it. And we are going to make that happen right here at Emory. So as I close, I want to thank you, Dr. Biden. Thank you, Director Wegerson, for your trust in Emory, for working so hard to bring treatments and cures to the American people. You are changing lives, you are saving lives, and we are so grateful. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh, we're going out that way. Thanks. Have a nice weekend. Thank you.
Folks, if you'll just be patient for a few minutes, we just have to wait till they clear the building. That was a great rehearsal. We're going to do it.